Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to another antique store haul. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from one of my many favorite antique malls that is about 20 minutes away in Pennsylvania. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. As you can see, I've got a wide variety of different items. There is also a big lot of ephemera that I'm going to be sharing with you all after this. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I saw this bowl here, luster. I probably should have told you all I spent $52.62 on this trip to the antique mall. This is like a luster footed bowl, scalloped edge. It's got this image in here, which I thought was really interesting. There's no markings on it to say who made it. May have to do a little bit more research on that, but that was really interesting, and I think I got this 50% off of the original price. This is really nice right here. This is an old advertising fan for Munsingware. Here is the back. It's an advertising fan, by the way. And this is probably from, oh gosh, I couldn't even tell you, maybe the 30s? 20s or 30s? Or it could be a little later than that too, but thought it was really neat. Great for springtime. If you like cottage or shabby chic, this would definitely fit into that style for sure. I don't pick up many field guides, but when I see interesting ones like this for bobbleheads, I will buy it. I got that half off. And Worman's made guides for everything. Lunch boxes, Coca-Cola, glassware. I mean, you name it, they probably had a book for it. This is from, let me see what year this is from. Prices, of course, are not going to be accurate. 2005. So that's cool. This little box here I thought was really, really neat. I almost want to say maybe it was for pills, because the drawer doesn't open up all the way. And it says, a gold tone product, probably made in Japan. It's got an umbrella on it. I think I got a discount on that as well. And this probably was a keychain at one point, but that is missing. Really interesting, so I went ahead and bought that. I think I'm going to put that in my junk jar. I bought this stopper, this glass stopper here, thinking that it went to the Fenton perfume bottle that I have, but I don't. This goes to a general cruet. Like you know, some of those pressed glass cruets that you see. I don't think that has much resale value. If you do have a cruet that is in need of a stopper and you've been having a difficult time finding it, I would definitely be willing to send this to you. It does have a chip right there, but it's on the part where it's going to go inside of the cruet, so you're not going to see it. So if you do need this, you can email me about it. I would be glad to send it your way. I did find a typewriter ribbon tin. Very rusty, crusty. I don't know if Katie has this one or not. If she does, then I'll probably end up selling it. But I like the silver and the blue. I like the font of the letters. Very, very neat. These I also got in the same booth with the Worman's Guide. So these were half off. These were made, I think they were in that booth. These were made in England. Oops. It says Britain's Limited, 1971 detail. So I got all of those. Ooh, looks like he had something on him and it is either gone or it's in the bag. But that was neat, and I see a flag in here too. There's a gentleman holding, it looks like the Confederate flag. But yeah, that was an interesting bag, so I went ahead and picked those up. You guys might think I'm a little crazy here. I did get an Avon Seahorse bottle. I believe that this once held Skin So Soft. I have a couple of the larger seahorses, and now I have one of the smaller ones. I do want to try to find another one to go with it, and I'm sure at some point I will find it. So I was really tickled pink to find that. Found this apple blossom talc tin. It was by Lander, and it was distributed by Fifth Avenue. Great for springtime or Easter vignettes. It's got some damage, as you can see, but you know what? That just adds to the charm. And there is the company that made it. Really cool, huh? This I saw in this booth, and I had to have it. It's a Land O'Lakes pasteurized cheese box, and I knew it was older because the Native American lady is on it. And that is no longer on the box. And this was distributed by Land O'Lakes in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's after 1963 because there is a 5-digit zip code. Only issue with it is this part right here, but I still loved it regardless. I also got these coffee bags here. These are for 3-ring coffee. I believe, based on my research, that these were released in about 1960. I bought 2 sets, this one here, and then my mom really likes the old circus stuff, so I bought her a set as well. So I will be keeping these and putting them in my ephemera book, or this one I probably will. This one I might end up framing myself and putting in my own vintage kitchen at some point. I don't know yet. Then I got this, and I knew that this had to have some value. This is Stoneswear lingerie, brand new in the bag, size 38. Here's the packaging. Unused, it's 100% cotton. This is gonna go on eBay for sure. I think maybe I'll list it for about $30 to $35. It should be up in my eBay store by the time this video is released. So if you're interested in it, that's where it's gonna be. I've had this book before. This is JFK, released after he had passed away. It is a wonder book. So this was done, oops. So I can see that the cover is coming unglued. So this was done in 1964. JFK passed the year before. Yeah, the year before. So it just goes over his life and everything. So that was a good find. And it does have a rip right here, but you know, old books, what do you expect? Especially with one that's nearly 60 years old. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share with you all from this portion of the haul is a really unique and unusual eye cup. Now, as you can see, it is glass. Obviously, it's black, and it's got hints of yellow in it. And I thought, you know, I've never seen one like that before. That's really unique. So here's what I did. I put it under a black light, and it has parts of it that glow under the black light. How unique is that? Like I said, I've seen a lot of eye cups in my day, but I've never seen, I guess you can consider this slag glass. Look at that. How amazing is it? So that was definitely a really unique find and something that I will probably hold on to until I find another one. So that'll probably go in my junk jar. So when I first got to this place, I went up to a booth that had a lot of really good stuff in it, and I noticed the prices were really good. So I was looking around, and then I spotted a giant boot box filled with a bunch of old paper. Well, some of it was old. What I'm showing you is, and then there was some like calendars from like 2020 and 2019. I was like, okay, those are never gonna, those aren't worth anything, so I pitched them. Anyway, so I was looking through it and I was like, oh, there's some really good stuff in here. And I thought, okay, the pieces are going to be priced individually. And then I looked on the lid and the dangly hang tag was on it and it said all ephemera in this box, $1.50. So all of the stuff I'm sharing with you would cost me $1.50. So I was really excited about that. So the first 2 pieces that I have are 2 Mad magazines. One is from June of '66. The other one is from October of '65. These I will probably sell together. Not sure what I'll start them at, but I'm sure somebody out there remembers having these back in the day, or remembers their parents or their grandparents giving them a subscription to this magazine for Christmas or their birthday, something like that. I really like this one of the boy with the dolphins. That's really cool. I really like the back ad too for Ajax. Now, as you can see, they do have some wear, so I'll probably start them very low. I will do an offer up on them, but I thought those were really, really neat. So I'm not sure if there's anybody out there who likes the sports stuff, but there were a couple of magazines. We've got this one on the right from May of 1969. There are a few familiar faces on there. I see Joe DiMaggio and I see Babe Ruth. And yeah, I'm sure I'll figure out who those three other people are, but I can't think of their names at the moment. And then this one is from February of 1970. And again, I will probably sell both of those together as well. Because like I said, I don't know who's really into sports or if there are anybody who's interested or have a husband or a boyfriend or heck, even a missus would love sports too. So yeah. This is really cool. This is from 1957. It is a giant comic Western Roundup. But as you can see, the front cover is torn. Look at the graphics though. Look at the cartoonized Roy Rogers. Really cool, colorized. So again, I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, so I'll probably just offer that up starting really inexpensively because of the tear. But again, that is from 1957. All right, and the next group of ephemera are some Jack and Jill magazines. But first, I thought you guys might like to see this. It's a Famous Planes and Pilots book, and it's a junior's golden book. Originally, somebody was trying to get $8 for this. I'm like, no wonder it never sold. And it looks like this is from 1963, being the 5th edition. So that might be fun for an industrial-themed sale, or heck, maybe I'll hold on to it. Learn a little bit about Famous Planes and Pilots. I'm not sure yet. But these, I think, I don't know if I want to do them for choice or if I wanted to sell them all together. Because these are some fantastic covers. Like we got Baby Chicks Playing in the Rain. That's from April of 1961. We've got this one from 1960. Maybe I'll look through these first before I sell them. Just because I do like magazines like this, but I'm sure I will lean more towards selling them. So we've got October of 1960. Look at the pixie, or the elf painting the Easter egg from March of 1961. We've got May of 1962. We've got March of 1962. And then we have, what year is this one from? January of 1949. So I thought those were really neat. I more than likely will be selling them, but I want to look through them first just to make sure there isn't anything in there that I'm like, ooh, I may have to hold on to that. We shall see. So this is really cool. I believe that this was cut from a calendar, but it's heavy cardstock and there's a steam engine on here, and it's called A Helper for the Divide, 1908. There is a name on it. Looks like Howard something, but I can't make out exactly what it says. But I thought that would be really neat if you got that framed and put that up amid all of your industrial stuff. So that came with a lot of things. Right, can we take a minute to appreciate this amazing pinup calendar? This was done by Billy Devers. The art was anyway. This calendar is from 1949, but am I the only one who sees Hedy Lemarr in this beautiful woman? Because that's exactly who I thought of when I saw this calendar. In really good shape. She does have a dark spot right up here. I don't know if that was from manufacturing or just from, being handled. Somebody dropped maybe some coffee or something on it, but I still love this piece regardless. This is something that is actually going to be staying with me because it is pinup related. And I just absolutely, absolutely love it. So do you all remember in the late 90s when a bunch of sports figures were on Wheaties boxes and people were saving them because they thought they were going to be worth money someday? Well, these came in the lot. We've got two with Cal Ripken on it. I believe they are late 90s, I think about 1997. And then we have another box, but that one is football for the NFL, and it's got a Marcus Allen, what do you call that? 3D, like lenticular card? I think it's lenticular. I could be very wrong. They came with that huge box of ephemera again, so I'm not sure if there's anybody who would be interested in these or if either I should just donate them. But yeah. So I don't know if I said it or not, but I'm probably going to do an vintage Orioles ephemera lot. I think the only thing that I really want to keep out of all of it is this hit and run souvenir menu with the Orioles bird on it. I just thought that was really neat. But I'm not sure. I may sell it. Because I say I want to keep something and then I end up selling it. And then we've got a program here from 1972. Just really neat. So those will be included in the lot. Maybe the souvenir menu will be too. Next two items to go in that Orioles lot is a picture of the 1980 Baltimore Orioles, and it looks like Gulf Oil sponsored them at that time. And then on the right, we have Baltimore's Bashers from 1997. So those are just fun pictures. Again, if you are a Baltimore Orioles fan or if you just like to collect Baltimore Orioles memorabilia, I think you're going to really like this lot. So forgive the placement of these last two items that will be in that lot. I have a copy of Sun magazine from April of 1980 with Wild Bill Hedy. This has got some really interesting ads in it. Ooh, look, there's a Hex ad in there for Levi's. Hex is no longer around. There he is. There's Mr. Bill Hedy. Is that Bill Hedy? Yeah, I think that's Bill Hedy. Here's an ad for, is it Hochschild's? Forgive me. So that's really cool. And then we've got the Sun for October 3rd, 1979. Again, because these are newsprint, they are a little bit rough around the edges. But again, they would be phenomenal pieces to preserve for the future generations. So folks, that is everything that I would like to share with you all from our trip to this one antique mall. Let me know down below in the comments section what were your favorite items.